Welcome back and welcome to Vlogmas day 17. I'm sorry it's a little bit later on today, but I was just out and about, really busy, so I thought I would wait until this evening to make a video, and it will still be uploaded on day 17 where I am. I know it still won't be day 17 in the UK, so if you're waiting on a video from me in the UK, I apologise, but still. I thought that today I'm feeling really festive today. I went to see the Nutcracker. I currently have mulled wine mulling away as a reward for finishing the video. So I'm feeling very festive, so I thought I would tell you about the festive books that I have read this year. I did a video last Vlogmas about my top 10 festive reads, so I will leave you a little link to that down below, and maybe a little link up here as well. I just rewatched that to make sure I'm not covering anything. I do have one book that I have reread this year, so I'm still going to tell you about that one, but if you're looking for more festive recommendations, then have a look at that video. I have my festive necklace on, I have my festive earrings on, as I always do. Yes, so super festive today. First book I've got a few of these to show you on my Kindle. The first of these being Joe and Clara's Christmas Countdown by Katie Lovell. This is exactly what it says on the tin. It's their countdown to Christmas and their kind of like friendship that comes out of that, and kind of a little bit following what's going on in their own lives as well. It's set in Manchester. It will definitely have you feeling Christmassy. Definitely recommend this one. And this one was just out on ebook when I got it, but it's just now out on paperback as well, so you can get it either way. And then this is the part where I have to go back and forwards to give you the different books here. So the next one is Snowy Nights at Castle Court. This is a serialized novel, so Castle Court is going to be the whole novel, but the first one is a Christmas and sort of New Year-y themed one, which is I think it's about 100 pages. So I read this one quite quickly. I think I read it in sort of two little chunks, and this one surrounds two friends who set up business in Castle Court, which is in Chester. So again, another different location. We had Manchester first of all, and now we've got Chester. And then another one which is also a nice short read, and you heard me talk about this one in my November wrap-up, and that is A Christmas Wedding by Paige Toon. This is not like humongously Christmassy, but it has Christmas elements to it, and it's just a good read, and another sort of good read to read at this time of year, because as I've said before, you don't get a lot of time for reading at this time of year, so having a nice novella to read at this time of year is great. And then final Kindle book that I have read this year. Till I sat down to do this, I didn't realise how many Christmassy books I had read this year, so that was very exciting. This one you will have heard me talk about in my, I did have the cover up, there it is, in my my November wrap-up. The little bit of wrap-up that I did in the UK in November, that's why I thought it was October, because I remember talking about it in England in my bedroom. And that is No One Ever Has Sex on Christmas Day by Tracy Bloom. This is hilarious. It's very Christmassy. And yeah, so if you are looking for a laugh this Christmas time, definitely just go ahead and download this one onto your Kindle or other e-reader right now, because it is fantastic and it will definitely have you laughing out loud. This is the third in the No One Ever Has Sex On series, and you don't need to have read the rest in the series to read this book. It does work as a standalone. So it's been a while since I read them, so I've kind of forgotten the characters a little bit, but knowing a little bit more about the characters does make for some extra fun. But I would definitely recommend downloading this one to read this Christmas. Then a couple of other Christmassy reads. Let's cover that reread first. I'm sure you know what it is before I even say what it is, and that is I Heart Christmas by Lindsay Kelk. I reread this one in August, ready for the release of I Heart Forever. I actually listened to an audiobook, whereas when I read this one for the first time, I read this version of it. And this one, in case you can't see, has sparkles on the front. It has red Christmassy glitter. gorgeous. Yeah, I recommend this one in that top 10 video that I was talking about. I'll just re-recommend it because the I Heart series is amazing if you haven't heard me talk about it enough. And then 2 by the same author, because I don't believe I talked about this one last year. This Christmas book came out last year and was fantastic, and that is Mince Pies and Mistletoe at the Christmas Market, which we're going to shimmer for you now. We've got some red shimmer and some gold shimmer on here, snow on the cover. This book takes place in Winbridge and is set around the Christmas market, which is outside the Cherry Tree Cafe, which you'll have heard from Heidi Swain's first novel. So again, this is part of a series, but I believe that this one does work as a standalone because I hadn't read all of the books in the Winbridge series when I read this one, and I still got right into it, and it made me feel so Christmassy. And then it has a friend. It has another one. This one is Sleigh Rides and Silver Bells at the Christmas Fair. This one came out in October this year, and it still surrounds the same town. However, it surrounds a character who goes to work up at Winthorpe Hall, which is just outside the town of Winbridge, and she's kind of very much anti-Christmas, whereas the family that she goes and works for is very much Christmas all the time. So you can see how this story might play out, and both of these reads will just make you feel so incredibly warm and Christmassy. And even if you just read these 2 as a standalone, they would totally work, and I'm sure that you would love them. So if you're looking for a more substantial read than those couple of novellas and serialized books that I talked about, these are definitely ones to be ordering right now. There's still time to get some Christmas reads in before Christmas. They would make for lovely reads on Christmas Day as well. Okay, so there you have my festive books I've read this year, recommendations. I didn't realise that actually I had 7 books to talk about. How crazy is that? It's almost a top 10. I can't think that I've missed any out. If you remember any other Christmas reads, aha, no, I do remember one. Hold the phone. I remembered one. I remembered another one that I can definitely remember, and that is The 12 Days of Dash and Lily by Rachel Cohen and David Levithan. You may remember I read this right at the start of the year, so it wasn't that Christmassy, but it was still, I think, within the 12 days of Christmas. I think I read this within the 12 days of Christmas, before January 6th, because I read it during the bout of books that was right at the start of the year. So there's another one for you, and look how short and weeny it is, and it's set around the Strand in New York, so that's amazing. There's another recommendation for you. Okay, fully done now. If you can think of any more, let me know in the comments. Clearly just saying that worked and remembered me some more. So if you enjoyed this video, as always, please give it a thumbs up, share the love. Remember to subscribe so that tomorrow's video will land straight into your subscription box. And yes, let me know in the comments if I've missed any Christmas books that I should have read, or any that you can remember that I have read that I haven't mentioned here. Yes, and I will see you with that video tomorrow. Bye.